Hi guys, happy Sunday. It is so peaceful here in the atomic universe that I wanted to come in and say hi. Very, very sadly, it is the last day of my 3-day weekend, and let me tell you something, these weekends go so fast that it's disturbing. You know what I mean? But we had a fun day. I didn't do any thrifting today, but I did some fun things, and I just had a regular kind of Sunday, you know. I was up very early making blueberry muffins to take to my dad, which I took to him this morning, and then we were out and about. My mother had to get more wool for something she was making. She ran out, and since I was in the craft store, I got some stuff to make King Leppy his own bench. So I have these little legs on this plank of wood with wood glue drying for King Lep, because I did do more research on him, and he did originally have a stool. So the stool that was attached to his butt with the nails sticking out actually had legs and stuff. I guess the legs broke off. They couldn't get the nails out, so they just left him with his plank and nails sticking out. So I figured I would make him his own little bench, his own personal bench. So the wood glue is drying. The legs are pretty solid now, but I'll leave it overnight, let it dry really, really well, so that it is his own bench. He's sitting on a vintage stool right now, but he's the most amazing thing. He'll probably be in every video from here on. Spent a lot of the afternoon out on the deck because it was very warm today. It was like 75 degrees already at 11 o'clock this morning, so it was remarkably warm. It was beautifully sunny when we were out and about, but now it's very, very cloudy, and we're supposed to have rain later, thunderstorms, rain, stuff like that. And I can tell because I have my cane out, and my hip is screaming agony today. When it goes from cold to warm and dampness is coming, my hip is, the pain is ridiculous. It goes up my back, down my leg. It's just horrifying. So today was one of those days. So I feel like a very old woman today with the pain. But I always work through my pain. Even if I need a little bit of help, I always work through the pain. Unfortunately, arthritis is something that I did inherit full force from my father. There's no getting around that. I know Craig the Record King, he's a little bit older than me, but he had to have his hip replaced. I am determined to keep all my parts intact forever, if I can. When the warm weather comes and stays, I'll feel a lot better, because I'm still a beast when it comes to yard work and stuff like that. It's just that today was the perfect storm of cold, warm, damp, and the pain is absurd. So I have that beautiful triple candle thing here. It's so pretty. I love the frosted glass because it just like dims it just right, just perfectly. We got the beautiful spa station going. Everything is very peaceful here. I just came in from outside because I got some flowers and things to put in the little dog planter, the beautiful dog planter. I love him so much, and he looks so magical with his flowers, and I'm going to show you him right here. So aside from the flowers for the dog, I did try and get some ferns today for the 3 planters that I need ferns for, and there were no ferns. Everything was out. The herbs were out. The pansies, all the hanging baskets, everything was out, but not one fern. Can you believe this? So I'll probably have a problem finding ferns this year. Probably because I'm looking for them. You know what I mean? You know how that happens? But I will keep looking and until I'm determined to get ferns for those particular planters. The 2 on the edge of the patio, and that one new thing, that big black one. I really want a fern for that. I think that would be pretty. And if I can't find a fern for that one, I'll put hibiscus in there. Because it's in a plant, the planter is in a spot where I usually put hibiscus, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So anyway, Leppy's stool is drying and almost ready to go for him. Very, very happy about him. You know I am. I mean, this was a remarkable score. I am so thrilled. How would anyone give this to a thrift rather than an auction house, right? I don't understand that. But, you know, people clean out houses and, you know, they don't know. I mean, people die and the kids don't care or don't know the value of anything, and they just say, oh, it's a piece of junk. It's been sitting at the guy's bar forever. Can it? I just can't believe someone put that in the thrift, but great for me, right? So a friend of mine was saying that she tries to stop in the thrift here and there, and I was like, oh, I found the greatest planters this year for my garden, for my yard, for my deck. And she was like, I don't find anything like that. I said, well, you have to go often. You have to go often or you're going to miss the stuff, you know. And this morning, crack of dawn, I sent her pictures of all the planters I found in the thrift this year, and I found some amazing planters. And that dog, that particular dog planter, I found in a thrift store. Remember, we took the ride yesterday. We went further than I normally go. I never go to that thrift store. I think I was in there once before. I went there yesterday. That is minutes from where my friend works. So I told her I got that dog, because she said I particularly like the dog planter. And I said I got that right up the street from your store. Right there at the Goodwill in Ramsey. So I think she'll probably be stopping in there after work a couple times. See what she can find. But like I said, I tell everyone asks me, how do you find such amazing things? I said, well, you have to go often. That is the key to thrifting, is that you have to go often. And whether you find things or not, you have to go often because you're going to miss things. And when I took the 2 years off from working, I thrifted at least minimum 3 times a week, and I found some amazing things because I was always there. And there were 3 thrift stores that I always hit. And right now, there are still 3 thrift stores that I always hit because those are the 3 closest to me. Yesterday, I went up there and I found that great, that dog planter. He's awesome. He would be a lot of money in a garden center, let me tell you. I got him for $10. To me, that was well worth it. It's a thing that'll last forever. Very, very heavy duty. So that's all I can tell people, is to go often. And the other thing is, you know, people also, you know, always tell me you find amazing things. I said, well, I have the eye. If you don't have an eye, if you're not knowledgeable on what you're looking at, you're not going to find, you know, you're going to buy junk. You see a lot of people online that buy complete junk. They don't have an eye. They just go there for bargains, and thrift is great for that. But I have found some amazing things. My dad started taking me to flea markets when I was 5 years old. So I developed an eye for what's cool, for what's valuable. I used to sell on eBay a lot. I don't do it anymore because I can't take all those packages to the post office. I just can't do it. I know now they have the thing where the mail picks them up. But when I was doing it, I had to lug those packages to the post office, and I just don't have the time for that, working full-time. Maybe when I'm retired again, maybe when I am retired, I can do that. You know, I don't know. You have to have a lot of time. But working full-time, I don't have the time for that. So there's no way I would do that right now. What else? I really don't have any other tips for thrifting, you know. That's it. You got to have an eye. You got to know what you're looking for. Got to know what you like. You have to do your research. Not while you're standing in the middle of the Goodwill, though. That is a huge pet peeve of mine. People are holding an item on their phone looking for its value right then and there. Now, I looked at Leppy. I knew instantly that this was an amazing piece of memorabilia. Breweriana, advertising collectible. I didn't even think twice. I never think twice in the thrift, ever. If I see it and I like it, I buy it. That's the way to go. If you like something, don't leave it there and walk around, because it will be gone. And that's another little tip I have for you. I don't know, I've been thrifting for many, many, many years. Flea marketing, antiquing, since I was 5 years old. So, would never let anything like this go. I mean, you could see any idiot would say, this is a cool thing, right? You don't have to know anything to know that this is a very cool thing. I can't imagine anyone leaving that there. I lucked out. I lucked out that day. I really did. And there was a guy in the thrift yesterday who was looking at the sealed games. There was a bunch of sealed games. And he was looking at, do you want to be a millionaire? And you know, all those, and I saw the Ouija board, the sealed Ouija, underneath the stack of games he was looking at. And I'm not an asshole in the thrift. I don't push people aside to get something that I want. I would have probably killed somebody to get this, but aside from that, he was looking at the sealed games. I could tell by the look of him that he would not want a Ouija board, so I waited till he was done, and then I took the Ouija board, because I knew instantly a sealed Ouija board I wanted, because I collect Ouija boards, and a sealed one that no one has ever touched. That's a cool thing. Otherwise, I am not one of those thrifters that will, you know, push people aside. Like, there were these two people at the CDs that were like ravenous. They weren't letting anyone near the CDs. See, I would never do that. Somebody walks up to the CDs and I'm looking at them, I'll move over and let them look too, because I'm not that desperate. Do you know what I mean? And if there's something there for me, it'll be meant to be. You know, I guarantee what I look for, other people aren't looking for. You know, I have a very odd taste in music, and I'm pretty sure I don't have to worry about the other people in the thrift when it comes to the CDs. How could there be a sealed John Waters ebook? How do you call it? Book on CD. Still there, sealed. In the way that I feel is like everybody would want that. Everybody loves John Waters, right? I mean, that's the way my mind thinks. Everybody loves John Waters. He's an amazing guy. All of my friends would want that John Waters, you know? So, but the average person probably is not looking for that, don't even know who he is, you know? So, there's a lot of tips, hints, tricks I could give you, but you really have to know your stuff. And I get this question on Facebook all the time, all the time. How do you find the great stuff? It's just experience, and going all the time. I know what's cool. I know what I'm going to like. Leppy was meant to be for me, you know, it was just meant to be mine, because that's like a Tink thing right there. The dog planter. There was another lady who walked in the door and said, oh, that's so cool. You know, I'm going to walk around and come back for him. Because that's what she told me when I was online. She goes, oh, you're buying the dog. She said, I was looking at him. I said, yeah, you know, you don't hesitate in the thrift. You do not hesitate. Otherwise, you lose out, you know. So I guess that's my tip. My main tip to you, if you want to really find cool stuff in the thrift, is go often. If you have access to a thrift, go a lot. And that's what I do. You know, I run over there after work. I go there on my days off. You know, whenever I have a chance to go. Me and Skitty used to antique all the time. We used to go far and wide for antiques. We found great things, but when you go to antique stores and antique shows and things like that, the stuff tends to be a lot more expensive. I mean, yes, you're going to find cooler things, maybe, but you're going to pay more money. When I showed Skitty this guy, he was like, score. Oh my God, like bargain. Holy crap. Because he buys advertising memorabilia too, but he buys automotive related advertising memorabilia, like old oil cans and garage signs and things like that. Those things go for huge money. And I always look for those in the thrift, but they never show up. They never turn up there because people know that the car memorabilia goes for a lot of money. That's why I can't believe somebody didn't realize that he did. It's okay by me. Believe me. Believe me. So I figured rather than a score video, we would just do a little chat today. Trevor does lots and lots of chats. He always has some fun things to talk about. So I thought I would talk about thrifting, because that's what I do. And so many people ask me, how do you do it? So, very fun. So we had a beautiful day. We went to Miller Ale House, New Jersey. What was it called? Miller's New Jersey Ale House, I think. This restaurant has more TVs than any place I've ever been in my life. I was like, what the hell? Even on the outdoor patio, there were a million TVs. I think one time we counted them, and I think there was 80 something TVs. I was like, is that really necessary? I haven't sat down and watched my TV in probably a month. And people go to the bar to watch TV? I don't understand that. But I had an excellent sauteed mushroom and onion turkey burger. And it was out of this world. Really, really good. So a little bit of footage of Miller's Ale House right here. Anyway, I took Burton's advice and I closed the shade a little bit. I tracked the circle light. It's almost here. It's on its way. I think it just came through New York City. So it should be here in a couple of days. So we'll have that for this room, and the lighting will be better. I'm also using my Canon instead of my mirrorless today because I love the wide angle of the Canon, and the batteries were all charged. So, you know, I didn't have to wait. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that little chat. I am wearing my Sideshow Tink tank top. I love this shirt. I hope you guys love them too. I'll put links below if you want to get one yourself. Comment, subscribe, spread the love. I love you all. I read every one of your comments and I appreciate them. I appreciate you all. I love you. Mwah. Talk to you very, very soon.